Thursday,
Next Thursday.
the
Okay.
23rd. Do I need to resend it to you?
Now, let me go ahead and, well, you can send it, but I'm gonna
Hang
check,
on.
check, so next,
First Baptist Church.
at, it's the,
Noon.
assistant.
Recovery Court.
Yeah, see, I put it in my phone already.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you. I'm gonna have to change that.
October 23rd, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Now that way I've gotten with it, since I got this new phone, I can put stuff in there as opposed to the one that I did have. That way I can go ahead and take care of it. And usually, 9 times out of
I'd like to call the Hamblen County Committee meetings to order on this October 14th, 2025. Apologize for the late start. Commissioners were involved in an executive session, and it ran a little bit longer than anticipated. So we'll move right along. I would like for all commissioners to please make sure you turned your mics on, you silenced your devices, and we'll move forward. We'll start with our Justice Center Public Safety Committee. Tim Horner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll call the Justice Center Public Safety Committee to order. Anyone wishing to address may do so at this time. You'll have 3 minutes. Seeing none, item 3A, no business. Item 4A, Justice Center Project Update, Jarrett Dowater, Burwell Construction.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hey, the one day that I don't bring updated pictures, they mentioned that the projectors are actually updated and probably would show it much better. In regards to the overview of the project, there's nothing really new to show from what we've had over the last meeting that we've had here. Testing is continuing. We'll be doing the audio-visual testing this week. We'll have commissioning towards the end of the month. As you noticed, that gate that was impacted a couple months back, they have started work on that, preparing for the delivery of the unit and installation of it. That's anticipated to be completed by the end of this month. Our final walkthroughs, final testing is all going to take place and commence by the end of this month. So October 31st is the date we're planning on doing that. All commissioning reports will be issued, the 909 letter will be issued, and we'll be looking to establish that substantial completion at the end of the month. All progresses as it should. As of right now, we're sitting at 99.71% complete with the project as of their last billing that's being reviewed now. And we are presenting, if you don't mind me going into the next.
That's fine.
Next for the change order there. We are presenting a change order 25, which consists of 5 separate potential change orders that are included in that. The first is the security system updates, detention doors. This is part of a construction directive number 1 that we issued quite a ways back. This is the second half of that. This is just putting it and finalizing this out and putting it into the contract. It was a not to exceed, and this is the remainder of that. So it's not new numbers that we were aware of or that we weren't aware of. It's just pushing this into the contract on this construction change directive that was established earlier on. PCO 105. It's adding some phone locations. There's some data locations for within the pods themselves. A little bit of a miscommunication in plans on where certain things were going. It was caught early on as they were progressing through the different floors, but there's data for TV access and then power that's kind of pushed in directions that they don't work. So they have to relocate a few things there. It's an obvious issue with design, and that'll be included in what we're dealing with on that. The other part is some infrastructure phones down in the work center house, down in the basement area there. There's an easy way to bring that in. That's what that consists of, and it's a total of $5,076. The remainder of what you see, fire shutter connections to fire alarm, you've PCO 108, PCO 109, added smoke detector, zone 9, and then PCO 110/111, heat detectors in kitchen, and some updated zone matrices for the fire, the fire zones there. And These are a direct result of any of the HJs, the authority having in jurisdiction, which in this case is the fire marshal walking through and reviewing the way the system is working and the way they want it to work. So we try to anticipate as much as we can, but they have authority over what takes place, and they wanted some things reworked and changed in those directions. The plans were approved early on. They've gone through all those processes, but still, when the inspector comes out and says, we need to add a smoke detector here, or we need to rework certain things in this way, we got to get it done. So that's where those come from. And the total of those, PCO 108 is $9,974. PCO 109 is a non-cost change. And then PCO 110, 111 is $16,483, which is totaling $85,466 pushed into the contract. That'll give us a total for a contract value of $95,251, or $95,251,583.10.
Do you have,
Go ahead.
we have some of these on our appeal list? The appeal list you have, when we negotiate with them, do you have some of this located on that list?
The field list. So what you see for
I'm
PCO
saying,
105.
I'm saying appeal list, appealing it. Some of
an
this, I
appeal
think.
list.
Yeah.
Appeal.
Yes, for negotiation, yes.
Yeah.
Some
You
of
have
these
some
will
of
be
this on there?
Not all of them, because the authority, when they come and tell you to change something from what's been approved, it's not a design issue and it's not a contractor issue. It's what happens. So the PCO 105 is just conflicts and plans. So that will be on what you consider an appeal list, a negotiation list that we'll have.
Negotiation list, probably a better
Yep.
term, but I see some of this should have been taken care of in the beginning.
Well, they don't walk and start doing testing and reviewing some of the systems until it's in. So, yeah, plans are reviewed and approved. State fire marshal approves the plans, but still, when the fire marshal walks it, they add a smoke detector in this area, it's going to be done. So.
Any other questions? Commissioner Green?
Quick question. Well, I apologize, it's not a quick question. 096, the detention doors, was that something they noticed that wasn't correct or something we failed to have to begin with?
All that was covered when we did the construction change directive. This is just us reviewing and making sure that their costs were in line with what we've already approved. It's been, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months since that's been approved. But reviewing their costs, it's in line with what they had. In fact, they exceeded what those costs are, but we have a not to exceed that. So,
All right, not to exceed, please give me further explanation.
when we issued the change directive, we didn't want to hold up the contractor at that time.
Okay?
So rather than try to get things assessed ahead of time, we wanted to watch and see what time and material and labor and all of that's gonna run. So we did our best estimation on what that not to exceed cost would be. We put that in place and approved it as a change directive, which gave them the authority to go do that, but we had to track all that information. This is just the verification of the second half of that. We issued the other one in another change order earlier on. Vetted it, approved it. This one we have now vetted and approved for the final of it to meet that not to exceed number.
Well, now, to go further with Commissioner Reed's question, are we any closer to getting a report from the contract attorney on negotiations, on things that, and I'm like him, I think Hamblen County citizens have paid for some stuff that they should not have had to be responsible for
Yeah.
because errors and omissions or whatever.
Absolutely.
But that's what errors and omissions insurance is for, at least it is in my business, I'll put it that way. But are we any further with negotiations? Because we have yet, I've seen bills, but I haven't seen any reports, and I haven't heard a report to this commission whatsoever.
There won't be a report until it's finalized. We don't want to open up any discussions on that publicly until that's.
In other words, wait till it's a done deal and then take what you get.
It's not so much that. It's once we had an established substantial completion here. As we all know, that time has kind of shifted. Different things have taken place. The gate wasn't unexpected. That put us back another, a couple of months on that project too. We weren't going to accept substantial completion from the contractor without that being in place. We need a fully secure operating building before we do that. So we're looking at October 31st for that. Now that we have a deadline and a date, it gives us an idea of where we're at overall on the project with all the architects and contractor.
So we're at what percentage of being complete?
99.71% complete prior to this change order, so it had shifted just a few small half percentages. Yes, sir.
When are we gonna get in our jail? When are you gonna be through with it?
Well, we're substantially complete at the end of the month. So
Pardon?
the contractor will be substantially complete at the end of the month. They have 2
This
months
month or
to
next
finally
month?
turn it over in a sense of close out and any changes that need to be done in that time frame. But the substantial completion gives us to the point for occupancy and moving in. We've already started moving in as a county, a lot of the furniture and fixtures and electronic systems and everything else that's being tested and approved there. But when they decide to move in and actually operate out of the building, it's going to be on the county. That won't be on, that's above and beyond my purview here.
So you're not sure of a date?
You would have to discuss that with the county or the sheriff there on when they plan to occupy for all of it.
Well, they don't have anything to do with finishing the jail. Y'all,
Substantially-
contractors the one that does that.
Oh, understood, yes.
Yeah.
We'll be substantially complete. The contractor will be substantially complete October 31st. Technically, they have 2 months to reach a final completion. But that substantial completion is what sets all of your insurance, your warranties, everything else, where we start moving in to operate the building. So as long as it takes on their end is what it's looking at. If they were prepared and we accepted it as a county, they could move in October, November 1st. But I don't think the county's prepared to move in that early. There's systems and things that they need to put in place to make that happen.
You get that $500,000 door fixed? We got that working? Where the truck run over it?
The gate.
The gate, yes. No, it's partially. We have not received that yet. It's coming in here the next week or so.
So we don't have it yet?
We don't have it. Yeah, it's in manufacturing. It'll be here shortly. They are prepared, though, to place it. They've already excavated and removed any of the foundations that are there, and they're prepared to set it as quickly as possible once it shows up on site.
Will there be quite a bit of rewiring on that part of, the way I read it, there was some electronics.
There is, and that's
That's
part of
it.
it. The electronics aren't really affected overall. It's the gate infrastructure that's there. Putting it back together is electronically won't be the issue there.
Is there anything there to keep them from doing this again? Somebody from backing in and taking out the gate? I mean, is there a safety procedure, I guess is what I'm trying to ask you, to keep it from happening again? Because that's a high dollar cookie.
It is, but that'd be out of our purview. It's in the contractor's responsibility till they're substantially complete. So if it happens again, then there we are. But beyond that, it's whatever procedures they
Build a
put in place.
fence around it.
Just to update the commission, if everything goes to plan, as Jaron has just indicated, October 31st is substantial completion. All the commissioning and testing has begun. We anticipate moving in, opening the new jail 1st of January. That goes with the court systems. It's all have to be, looked at in a timely manner, is how the courts have to shut down in order to move. There's going to be a time period there. So we are hoping the 1st of January is when that move will take place.
So we can't do anything till they get through to prepare to go into the jail. The sheriff can't be ready to jump right in there.
No,
the
sir,
court
after
system's not gonna be
substantial
ready to get in
completion,
there.
yes, sir, that is what is going to take place. All this is in preparation. It's not going to be a one-day move. This will be taking place through the holidays. It's just trying to make sure everything is in place in order to open the court system with inmates and how all that works.
Can they use it for training now?
Right now, no, sir, it's not under substantial completion. After that, just as Jaron indicated, at November the 1st, we become owners of that building at that point.
There's insurance matters to involve in that also, so.
Go ahead. Simple question. I think the warranty periods, will they be moved up from the original substantial to the October 25
Yes.
start?
Yes, it'll be a substantial completion letter that's issued, and that will be what sets that date in
Okay.
there. It won't be September 30th of 2023.
Question. Exactly. Good question.
Good, good.
Anyone else? Do I hear a motion to approve?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve change order 25 in its entirety.
Have a motion, do I hear a second?
Second.
Second from Ms. Ahern. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
No,
Let's have
Yeah,
it.
we are.
yeah, we are.
Motion passes.
That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Horner. Move now to, before we move to the Finance Committee, we've had a, I don't know, situation or something in the last few days. And I'd like for Chris Bell to come to the podium. And Mr. Bell, if you will, just give us your take.
So there was a post that came out, I've not read all of it, but there was some dates I was doing a job through my concrete in St. Ives. And during that time, that week, we had Homeland Security assessments, school assessments, Future Ready Expo. I think most of y'all are familiar. I know Chairman Harville is. He was a part of that for years. So during that time, we were doing a job in St. Ives. I got a call from Jose, who is my supervisor on the job, usually always on the job, and said, we've had a guy that we had not used before. We were missing a guy that day. He found somebody, brought him in, and I got a call, said he's hurt. He's done something to his ankle. So had a medical emergency. I told Jose I can't come, and I'm just being honest. I'm in my EMA truck, and I don't have time. I don't have time. And he said, you got to come because I think he's hurt bad. We need to take emergency rooms. So I decided to go out, looked at that. He did have it sprained. Talked to him about going to the emergency room. One of the other guys was going to take him, but he said no. I left that job site, went back to the expo with Future Ready Expo, and he did not go, and we've not been able to get in touch with him since, but Jose, who is my supervisor, would validate that information. On Friday of that same week, I get a call that says someone pouring concrete. Now, this is after the job we had completed and we're out. Someone's pouring concrete on the road in St. Ives. So I go to check just like I would, tire burning. When our T-Deck rep is not around, if somebody's spilling sewage out, until Tommy took that over, I would have to go and check those out and report to T-Deck. When I was almost there, the job we had done, the individual called me, the homeowner, and said, hey, the neighbor said there's concrete in the woods. I thought, well, it was kind of suspicious, just honest. I was trying to figure out what was going on. So when I pulled up there was no concrete being poured on the roadway. Actually, the company that I'd always used for my concrete, had actually cleaned out in the woods. So I called one of my guys. There was, if you know anything about when you clean, we used every bit of the concrete, so there's a little rock and some slush, and I called one of my guys, and I left back out of there. So to let you know, I did document that. I keep track of my mileage log for the de minimis and the thing that I signed back in 2024. I'll turn that in to end of the year to our finance company. That's part of that agreement that I signed back then. So if there's any small mileage, I did record it, and also on my time sheet that I was away during that time. So I've documented that. One thing I would like to share outside of there, just so that I'm not trying to defraud the county. I'm not. I don't know how many, I know several of y'all know me, but I have, if I can give you this, I'll just read. Those are not all, but those are emails from all the jobs individuals I've done except for 5, and today I couldn't make it back home to print those out at home. But those are statements from every person saying that I drove my personal car to their job sites during this year. And it's got their name and their address. So if y'all need, there's 4 or 5 more, and then I like 2. One is the job that's in question in St. Ives. The other one, the guy didn't pay me, so I'm pretty sure he won't respond to my emails or calls. So, but I do have those. I can make copies available every commissioner if I need to. So there you go, Chairman.
Thank you. We appreciate that, Mr. Bells. Do we have any questions or anything?
I do.
Ms. Green.
Thank you. First of all, I do remember when the comptroller had pictures posted of you using the Hamblen County Citizens truck, using Hamblen County Citizens gas with Hamblen County Citizens insurance on private job sites for your own business. I remember quite a few of them. And I know that they didn't reprimand you at all other than a signature, which you should have been fired, to be brutally honest with you. If you had been my employee, you would have lost your job. In all fairness, I think it was too little, too late. I for one would like to have a hard copy of that. I've heard several comments from folks that you did jobs for that made the remarks you drove the county vehicle out there. And I encouraged them to make pictures here on out and submit them, and I put them on Facebook for COAG.
Mr. Chairman, that's already been settled.
Just a moment.
Yes, I think
Yes.
we've asked this out. We
If you
appreciate
don't
your
count, give me
appreciate
just a
your
minute.
comments, but thank
I'm
you.
allowed 10 minutes, I think, Chairman.
Mr. Mr. Bell, appreciate what you've done, appreciate your forthrightness for coming forward, and we appreciate your honesty, and we take that as it is. Okay, thank you. We'll now move on to our Finance Committee, and I'll call on Chairman Rodney Long.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Call the Finance Committee to order. Is there anyone wishing to address this committee at this time? You are allowed 3 minutes. State your name and address, please.
Yes, sir. I'm John. East First North Street, 316. What I want to talk about, I'm not sure is exactly fit into any of the item, but it's probably it is. I want to show my appreciation for the long-term action the county has taken, have been budgeted for. I talked to a lot of people, citizens and residents in this area. No one knows the good act that the county has carried out for a long, long, long time. That is about some of the unfortunate people who pass away and no one claimed their body. Hamblen County have the budget to take care of them and give them at least a cremation. Out of this area, it's a little bit away from here. That is a great thing that we take on. And I, as one of the citizens, feel very proud of being part of it, pay into it. But the county handled this more or less as a legal issue, as a practical issue, as a hygiene issue, not a humanity issue. No county member or anyone ever think about to send someone to pay the last respect. I would like to suggest the county to consider about that, to make a position, to make it a volunteer position, that the volunteer will sign and no claim, will not hold the county liability if they travel to that event to pay the last respect to the unfortunate descendant. And that is the only thing I'm asking for. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to address this committee? Seeing none, we will move to number 3, recurring business. I hope everyone's looked over their expenditure reports and monthly checks. Number 4, we have no old business. We'll go to number 5, new business. We'll start with 5A. That's a report on the probation services. Mr. Baird with the Community Service Work Program Director. You update us, please?
Yes, sir. We spoke during the finance committee that I would come back and give reports, and I'm glad to do so. I look forward to talking to you guys. As you know, or most of you know, we do have 3 full-time probation officers now. We're 3 months into this since July. Their caseload now is probably around 1,400 as we sit here today. Now that caseload, of course, it fluctuates every day between violations and people getting off and coming on. So around 1,336 or so is what we've got. Each probation officer, of course, that gives them a caseload of about 400 north of that, somewhere around in there. I want to be clear on those numbers, because when I say somebody's got 400 on their caseload, they're not laying eyes on 400 people every week, okay? Those 400 are in different stages of supervision. We have some that we have warrants on, we're waiting to get arrested. We have some that are still in jail waiting to get out. We still have a handful from Ethra we've not incorporated yet. Ethra had done warrants on people before they stopped providing that service, so we're still picking those folks up. We had a lady in court a couple of weeks ago, I think. She had a VOP that was like 3 years old. Picked her up, she came through, now she's on our system. We have a number in drug rehab. We have some that are on Penny's program and some that are in jail to work. We still supervise those individuals also. So that's what we're dealing with when I say 400 people that somebody has. They're in all different shapes and sizes of supervision. We see most that we lay eyes on weekly. There's some that have moved to twice a month, depending on their supervision status, how they're doing. Things have gone on, they've done what they're supposed to do. We can relax a little bit. So that's where we are with those numbers today. Of course, if anybody's got questions, stop me. We'll talk about it. Of course, we know fee structure. You know, we know we need to collect the fees, and we know we can be better at that, and we will. I think as we're getting our feet on the ground, we're getting settled, and we get places to go, and we know what we're going to be doing, I think we're going to do better than that. I think.
I have a question for you. Yeah. You were on fee.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mr. Hall.
You were on fees, and something that I had contemplated, thought about. The mayor and I, we were talking about this, and first of all, first question is, how much are your fees?
$45 a month.
$45 a month. And I know you're having a hard time collecting on some people, and you know, my thing is that they get out on probation, and they have certain benchmarks they have to hit, correct?
Yes, sir.
And when they don't meet those, they fail a drug test, they go back to jail.
That's the judge's call.
Well,
but,
I
yeah,
understand.
We'll do a warrant, or we'll
Right.
talk to the judge and tell him the situation.
But they've agreed to be clean,
Yes, sir.
show up, pay their fee, whatever else, get a job, whatever. So when they miss those benchmarks, especially the funding, the money, because we're hoping that this will evolve in where it self-funds.
Right.
And so I guess my bottom question is, from a financial perspective, would we benefit from, and I haven't even talked to Sheriff Mullins, but a full-time deputy, hire a full-time deputy to work in collections and those that are on the run, and specifically for these folks?
Well, I don't know if Chad could help with that, but I know most of the warrants we do on the violations, most people will come in and do everything or
Right,
anything,
right.
right? So when we're violating them, fees, of course, is part of that violation. They're on probation for a year, 11 months, 29 days. So if they come in today and they can't afford to pay the $45, or they didn't do all their community service this month, we're not locking them up that day. We're not doing a warrant on
understand.
them, right? So
I got you.
But those fees are outstanding, especially the violations. We have a lot of violations outstanding, and
Right.
that's something that most of that is in those warrants.
Yeah, because we're going to look at this, like I say, for it to be self-funding. And in order to do that, we have to collect the fees that they've agreed to pay to get out of jail. All right? And I don't know, you're talking about 1,400 people on probation. Sit down and do the math on that. $45 is pretty staggering
That's a lot.
if you can collect it.
That's That's the big
And,
big
and,
if.
yeah, and that's kind of like when we talked about a grant writer, hiring a grant writer, will they pay for themselves with getting grants coming in? And the same thing if we had a deputy, and would have to hire somebody, I'm sure, that would collect these fees and also help with those that no-shows. Or whatever else your office needed. I don't know, like I say, I haven't even talked to Sheriff Mullins about it. It's just one of those things that came into my head when I was talking to the mayor.
That's something we can discuss.
If you could get some hard numbers on that, then we can kind of take a look at it, and because we've got a couple of years, or 3 years left to get this thing funded.
Yeah, I know, with us, we're looking, and, I mean, Amanda knows numbers more than I do, but,
Sure.
if we, you look at the savings on side of it as well as the collection side of
Right.
it, right? So, like I said, we have people on Penny's program and recovery court. Yeah, with that many numbers out there, if we locked them all up, I mean, if we didn't have a supervision program,
Right.
post-conviction supervision program, and the state charges, what, $41 a day?
Yes.
That's what they pay us to hold an inmate. Well, I'm sure misdemeanors aren't much different. I mean, but they're our responsibility.
Right.
We don't get money from the state for the misdemeanors.
Right.
So, you do the math on the savings end as well as you do on the collecting end.
See, Penny scares them into paying. She just gives them the look,
Penny scares me.
and they sometimes.
She scares me into
I know.
doing stuff.
Sometimes they pay double just to get the look off her face.
I'm taking 2 to rehab tomorrow, and 2 of them are probably hers, but
Well, we appreciate everything you do, but if you get me some hard numbers on that, then we can start looking at it
Amanda and Chad.
and see if there's something there.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Is there anyone else?
I have
Ms. Green?
one question.
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of hours do you have available for them to check in? I know some employers are, shall I say, extremely strict about having to leave to do anything. At least my employer was when I worked, even if it was a doctor's appointment for a child. So how are your hours structured for them to be able to check in with you? Do you have any evening appointments?
People on probation?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so we work 8 to 4. On Thursday, we work till 6.
Okay.
And Friday, we go home earlier because to make up, so they don't run on overtime and all
So
that
you
stuff.
don't work past
But
6?
6 o'clock, and the reason that was set was people that work second shift can come in before work, and people that get off work have time to get there by 6 o'clock. And we stay later than 6 on occasion when people are there. We're not gonna leave.
Do you by any chance take, and this is off the wall, and I know that, but do you take, like if I email you that something's come up, emergency, whatever, do you have any leniency whatsoever?
Yeah, we talk to them. I mean, you gotta figure the type we're dealing with, the folks we're dealing with, things happen. Things happen to everybody, all of us.
I agree.
Right, so, yeah, most definitely.
Ms. Howe?
Yes, sir, thank you. It's probably better to get them to come in and pay 30 than not show up. Okay, so, I mean, but they still only have 12 months to finish everything
Right, they gotta pay $45 a month.
in a perfect world.
Yeah, if they can come in and pay $10, then $10,
Okay.
and $10, and that's fine, I don't care.
Okay,
Right, as long
Thank
as they
you,
get
sir.
that total done by the 11/29, essentially
Yes.
is what we're looking at.
thank you, thank you.
Anyone else? Mr. Byard, appreciate you coming,
Yes, sir.
updating us.
And I would like to invite everybody, if you get a chance, holler at us, come and visit us. Come over and see us. If you get a chance, come and holler at us.
And thank each officer that's doing a great job. Appreciate the work that you're doing. We'll move to 5B. This is amending the private act to abolish the Hamblen County, Tennessee Road Commission effective August 31st, 2028. Mr. Mayor?
Yes, according to the memo that I supplied, in accordance with a formal request from the Hamblen County Road Commission, the Hamblen County Legislative Body is now asked to acknowledge and approve abolishing the Hamblen County Road Commission effective end of current term, August 31st, 2028. This request was approved by the Hamblen County Road Commission on April the 8th, 2025, with an affirmative vote of 6-1. Upon approval of that Hamblen County Legislative Body, the request will be forwarded to our state legislative body to be taken up in the next legislative session beginning January 2026 to amend our private act. This request was presented to our Tennessee County Services Association, Brett Howe. He is the director of the Highway Director of Highways, and forgot the verbiage of what his Tennessee County Highway Associate Director, that's it, all them acronyms. But the other one was our CTAS consultant, legal consultant. So the idea of the vote was sent to them. The purpose is that legal language would be prepared, that it would not abolish the entire road department, just the road commission, which by their own vote is why this is coming before this body.
Any questions? Mr. Neesmith?
Road, they want to get out of the road commission business. But we're gonna sit here and give them till August 2028, 3 years. If we get them out now, that's about $1,900 a month that we're paying.
Not able to do that,
Here's
Mr.
about
Neesmith.
$22,000 a year, so we got 3 years to do this.
We can't do that.
The reason we can't do that, they were elected. They have a term to fill until.
I can't hear you. You need to get a microphone.
He's got it.
They have a term to fill till August of 28, and so we're obligated through August of 2028.
Because they were elected.
So, if they don't show up to the meeting, they get paid?
No, we've discussed that.
This verbiage is in here.
You not discussed it with me.
This verbiage is in here.
Discussed it with somebody else.
Ms. Green?
This action will not take place until August 31st, 2028. The road commission is intact until the end of their term. They will still meet monthly, and if they don't show up, they're not paid. But if they want to be
That's not
paid,
what
then
it
they
says.
show up to the meetings. Otherwise, this road commission is intact until August 31st, 2028.
Well, they voted to get rid of it. Why should they hang around for 3 years?
Because they are elected officials.
And they could walk out the door tomorrow and not go back. What are you gonna do, replace them?
Well, you could as a commissioner too, but you're not going to do that.
I cannot hear you either.
I said you could do that too as a commissioner, but you're not going to do that. And they're elected by their, districts. I would think that they would honor that. I would expect them to honor that. Anyone else?
I
Ms.
think,
Green?
we know why they wanna quit. Because they've got no say-so at our road department. I've sent things out to the road department, it's on this subject. I've got a street sign on my road that's been missing for 3 years. Hadn't got it put back up yet. They haven't put it up there. We've had arguments that city owns that property, county owns that property, state says it is county's right of way. Now, I got it with Mike here about a month ago, but still haven't got that sign up.
I don't think that's something that we're
that's
discussing
something.
right now. Ms. Green, did you want to ask a question?
I certainly do. I thought, and I need to go back through this, but I was thinking I saw somewhere in here that this changed it, that they got paid whether they attended or not. So I need to go back and reread. I should have highlighted it, but I was at that meeting, and all they voted to do was to get rid of the road commission. They didn't vote any of the verbiage that entailed the road superintendent or anything else that's in the paperwork in front of me. So my question is, who created this? And I did email that question earlier today. I didn't get a response. But if I remember correctly, I'll have to go back through and look at it. But if we are going to pay them, whether they attend or not, that is not what the Private Act says right now. That is why we've got the lawsuit entail that we have, is because they were paid for meetings they did not attend through COVID as well as otherwise. And that lawsuit is on the books now. So my complaint is at $1,900 a month, they need to look at it. And this leaves any way to up their pay. I don't see that either.
Well, you're talking about the COVID forward, and I don't know, Wayne, you may not have been here when you were out ill, but those road commissioners that took the pay and weren't there, they are in fact paying that back.
Not all of them, sir. And I checked that with Miss Trish not too long ago, darling. Sir,
Let's set the record straight. They are on a payment plan. They're working on it. I can't answer to how long that will take, but I do know her statement is wrong. Not all of them. They are paying. They have not quit paying. And to the other question, the basic, simple answer to all this is the commissioners are not paid unless they attend. That has not been amended. I thought I said that they have to attend to be paid. This will only go through August 31st, 2028, if this body votes to send it on to Nashville, as the road commission is indicating. Their term ends August 31st, 2028.
Is there any other questions?
I have one more. I did a record request to ask if there was any written agreements. I got the paperwork that there are no written agreements in place to repay anything.
That is correct.
All right, give me just a minute if you please. Sir.
You're asking an answer to a question that's already done. They're making payments. There is no written agreement. And if you can get it out of them, you go right ahead.
Well, that's Hamblen County citizens' money, sir.
Is
not mine.
is anybody with any other
I'd like to
questions?
finish if you don't care. I've still got a few minutes, I think, sir, according to Robert's Rules of Order. But if I remember correctly, and I will mark it before we have our meeting on the 23rd, but if I'm not badly mistaken, it's in there that they're gonna pay them whether they're there or not. They don't do a 15-minute meeting at this point. They, when Mr. Poole was there, they had the opportunity to ask questions and get things done. That's not the case now. So I don't know why that it is what it is. But this is not what that motion was through that meeting, sir.
Is there any other questions?
Well, I would think if they dissolve the road commission, that'll take care of everything.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Ahern. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Doty. All those in, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Mayor, do we need to do a roll call on this one?
Being committee, you could take to see who all, if there's a no vote, then yes, take a roll.
Let's do a roll call, please.
Okay. Rodney Long,
Yes.
Thomas Doty,
Yes.
Bobby Pond,
Yes.
Debbie Ahern,
Yes.
Stan Harville,
Yes.
Peggy Howe,
Yes.
Joe Huntsman,
Yes.
Mike Reed,
Yes.
Mike Richardson,
Yes.
Kyle Walker.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Move on to 5C, budget amendments. Start with C1, the Hamblen County Department of Education budget amendment. Number 2, increase of $375,724.61. Mr. Ladd.
Good evening. So on the first amendment, we have a small adjustment for the Niswonger tutoring grant. The funds came in a little bit higher than what we had initially approved back in August. We have a $302,000 increase that we're pulling out of fund balance to help fund the project that's going on. That's to cover controls at, I believe it was Westview. I believe it was the school that wasn't covered in the grant from Tennessee. We've budgeted several different reserves down through here. And the last item is just a small adjustment to the state mandated CCEIS. Those, we had to transfer a little bit fewer funds than what we initially anticipated. Do we have any questions on these amendments?
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Harville. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Walker. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Move on to number 2, Hamblen County Department of Education Amendment. Number 3 of $214,750.77.
All right, The first item on this amendment is for the state sped preschool grant. That's just a true up from the original allocation as well. That was an increase of just over $10,000. And the biggest item on this one is the new public school security grant that we have just recently received.
Do I have a motion? Motion. Motion by Mr. Walker. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Ahern. Any discussion, Mr. Reed?
Both of these are grant money that come to the system. Both of these are grant money.
So the public school security grant, yes, they are both grants. The other's a state special education preschool grant. So.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ladd. We'll move now to Ms. Hale, Fund Number 101, County Clerk's Office of $2,500.
This budget amendment is for the clerk's office that Peggy needs to purchase a computer, a monitor, and a computer, and she's using her restricted funds to do so. And this just moves the money from the restricted funds to her data processing equipment line.
Any questions on that? Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Doty,
Second.
second by Mr. Reed. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Fund 101, Drug Court, 733760. Ms. Hale?
This budget amendment is to move money into the salary, taxes, and retirement lines for the drug court assistant, who currently has accrued approximately 278 hours of comp time. And we need to pay him out for that and clear it out. We're getting down to the end of the year. He hasn't used his vacation, and so any time off between now and then, he can use vacation, and then this will clear the comp time balance out and get him back to zero.
Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Huntsman. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Reed, any discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 5, Fund 101, Drug Court, $11,000. Ms. Hale?
This budget amendment, Penny has asked to increase the salary for her assistant. And so this is for the salary increase, associated taxes and benefits. And she also has another employee within drug court that's changed their insurance from individual coverage to employee and spouse. And to offset it, part of the money will come from fund balance, but the other part will come from fees that we previously did not budget this year. I anticipate we'll receive about $5,500 more in fees, Penny will, than what we budgeted. So we'll use those excess fees and then fund balance to make up the difference of the salary increase and the insurance.
Also moved.
Do I have a motion, Mr. Huntsman? Do I have a second? Second. Second by Mr. Walker. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Items of interest, make sure you look through those, and Mr. Chairman, that's all I have.
Thank you, Chairman Long. We'll now move to the Personnel Committee. Chairman Stan Harville.
Call the Personnel Committee to order. Visitors, anyone wishing to address the committee may do so now. You have 3 minutes. Seeing none, we'll move on to number 3, old business. We have none. Number 4, new business. 4A, the approval of education pay submissions. You'll see those there. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Horner.
Second.
Second, Mr. Doty. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise? Motion carries. 4B, the approval of longevity pay submissions. You can see those there. I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Mr. Carden,
Second.
second by Mr. Walker. Any questions, discussion? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, likewise. Motion passes. And 4C is the amendments to the employee handbook. Mr. Mayor.
Yes, came to Human Resources as a request to add President's Day as one of our legal holidays for the county. President's Day is something that's observed federally. The banks are closed, post office closed, a lot of things shut down. The court system shuts down on that day. It pretty much shuts the county down in a lot of different ways. So that was discussed in a meeting with county officials, elected officials, and our two appointed. And they've all signed off electing to request that we add President's Day as a legal holiday for Hamblen County.
Do I have a motion?
I make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Long, second.
Second.
Second, Ms. Ahern. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Harville. Moving now to the Public Services Committee. Call on Chairman Mike Richardson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Call the Public Service Committee to order, and anyone wishing to address the committee has 3 minutes. Seeing none, we'll go to item 3A. None, no old business. Item 4A, surplus for Hamblen County Highway Department. Surplus items, there's a list of several items, garbage trucks, crew trucks, mowing machines, and some other highway equipment that's surplus, and need a motion for that.
I make a motion.
Motion by
Second.
Mr. Long, second by Mr. Harville. Any discussion? Call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
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 All opposed by like sign. Motion carries. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Richardson.
I got one for Mike. How many, if you get rid of these 7 garbage trucks, how many you got left out there?
Good question.
We'll have at least 6, I think it is.
So you got 13 out there now?
The 7 we're getting rid of don't run. They don't.
That's counting your 2 new ones?
2 new ones come on board. We've still got 4 plus an extra backup. Okay. And a recycle truck.
Quick question, Mike. How many of the one-armed bandits have you got?
I'm sorry.
How many of the one-armed bandits have you got?
We have 2.
Okay, one more question. No, let me rephrase that. The last time we had a discussion before they were put into play, that there was gonna be something sent out to the public, and I've had several calls that they had run some through, and they run one on our road, to be brutally honest with you, Cameron Road, that they did not know it was coming, so therefore they didn't have it turned around. So are we putting something on the trash can? What are we doing to let people know is my question.
Okay, so what we originally did was we took and decided, let's go to this neighborhood and see if it works. And then let's go to this road and see if it works. So it's a checks right now just to see if these, if the trash cans can be picked up, how they're gonna be picked up. So there was nothing set in motion, but we did have a couple of people riding before the truck and making sure the handles were turned to the house. We also put out some flyers in the neighborhoods we were working in, and we do have hang tags now, and we've had some social media that's gonna be published. But right now, we're still learning the truck and what areas it's best suited for. So until we get, a few more weeks behind us, we're not gonna officially change any routes. We're just sending the truck out into a neighborhood, and then we also have a truck as a backup just in case. But each time we've gone out, we've been able to pick up more in the same amount of, more each time.
Okay, one of the guys told me that they asked about it, and the guy with the Hamblen County Road Department said we were gonna buy 4 more. What did we fork out for each one of them?
The trucks are about $427,000 each.
Oh, dear
The
God.
automated single loader. The rear loaders are $250,000 plus or minus. But nobody's said anything about buying 4 more that I know of.
Oh, that's just what the guy told some of the neighbors over there, honey.
Do you know who that was?
I do not. I was not present. I just got the phone call after.
Right now, all we have is the 2 automated side loaders, and we've not requested any more, and the commission has not approved any more, so.
And they
they've
have a
just been-
weight limit?
As far as capacity,
Yes.
somewhere between 28 tons and 31 tons, cubic yards, I'm sorry.
For each, let me clarify my
Each
question.
garbage-
Each container.
Each
Each
container.
garbage container.
Each container on the rear loaders hauls about 20 cubic yards. The biggest automated side loader is a 31 yard.
And what does that compose to in poundage?
Somewhere about 8 or 9 tons on the rear loader and about 14 tons on the automated side loader.
Let me clarify my question. My garbage can, what's the weight limit?
50 pounds.
50 pounds. Okay, thank you.
And that's been the same, there's no change in that. The only change that we've asked for that's different is to turn the handles to the house. And that's to facilitate the dumping of the cart so that the lid will close back.
My only
Everything
concern,
else is basically the same.
my only concern is older folks being able, if I read correctly, they want them tucked in right after or during the day. And I know my mother's 89 and she couldn't do that if her life depended on it. So that was one of my concerns, but thank you.
Okay. That's all I have.
All right. Thank you, Chairman Richardson. Moving on to the Calendar and Rules Committee. Chairman Thomas Doty.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I call the Calendar and Rules Committee meeting to order. Do we have any visitors wishing to address this committee? Seeing none, we'll move forward. Item 3, old business, we have none. Item 4, new business. Item 4A is review of the regular calendar items. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Horner. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Ahern. Any discussion on this? Call for the vote. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item 4B is review of the consent calendar items. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you, Ms. Ahern. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Horner. Any discussion on these? Hearing none, call for the vote. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Have no items of interest, and that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman Doty. That concludes our committee meetings for tonight. We keep you updated. We're going to adjourn our committee meetings, and then we will reconvene for a special called commission meeting. So, as committee meetings, we stand adjourned. Anyone need a short break? We are now open for business as the Hamblen County Legislative Body. We have an item before us, and there's 2 motions that have to be voted on. Okay, very good. All right, let's stand for the pledge. Lead us in prayer.
Father, we just thank you for this day and thank you for the many blessings you have bestowed upon us. Lord Father, forgive us where we have failed you this day, and Lord Father, may we wake up tomorrow with a renewed love for you and your goodness and your mercy and your grace. Guide us tonight in this decision. Give us wisdom and grace, and we will always thank you. In your Father's name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Mr. Doty?
Place the flag. Attention, salute, pledge.
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let me seated.
Keep up these motions,
Amen.
I'm sorry.
I was answering him,
Oh,
I apologize.
We have two motions to bring before us today concerning, I don't know how much to get into this, but we're just going to read the motions. Commissioners, you have been briefed on this in executive session. And so the first one that we're going to bring up tonight is whether to object to Magistrate Wyrick's report and recommendation on attorney's fees. And I'll be looking for a motion.
Make that motion.
We have a motion from Mr. Harville. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second, Mr. Long. This is kind of tough. I know it leaves a lot of people in the dark, but we've been advised to remain mum on the details. So we're going to do a roll call vote.
Debbie Ahern,
No.
Jamie Carden,
No.
Thomas Doty,
No.
Edna Green,
No.
Stan Harville,
No.
Bobby Hone,
No.
Tim Horner,
No.
Joe Huntsman,
Yes.
Peggy Howe,
No.
Rodney Long,
No.
Mike Reed,
No.
Mike Richardson,
No.
Wayne Neesmith,
No.
and Kyle Walker.
No.
One. Motion passes. Second motion, whether to object to the order allowing plaintiffs to refile their bill of cost. I need a motion.
So move.
We have a motion, Mr. Horner.
Second.
We have a second, Mr. Walker. We'll do the roll call vote.
Debbie Ahern,
No.
Jamie Carden,
No.
Thomas Doty,
No.
Edna Green,
No.
Stan Harville,
No.
Bobby Hone,
No.
Tim Horner,
No.
Joe Huntsman,
No.
Peggy Howe,
No.
Rodney Long,
No.
Mike Reed,
No.
Mike Richardson,
No.
Wayne Neesmith,
No.
Kyle Walker.
No.
14-0, motion passes. That concludes our business.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
may I make a statement, please?
May?
In all fairness, I think to the citizens of Hamblen County, there should have been more transparency. I know what we were told, we couldn't discuss it, we couldn't do otherwise, we couldn't ask questions. And I want my constituents to understand, I was told point blank in that meeting, we could not ask questions. I do not agree with that. I think Hamblen County citizens, for the sake of transparency, should be made aware of everything. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Is that it?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Can I say something, Mr. Chairman?
You may, Mr. Doty.
During the executive session, there was time for questions, and Ms. Green asked questions, and they were answered. That's all I want to say. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Doty. I appreciate that. Anyone else?
$1 million.
Please travel safe.
You could go out and pay $1 million.
Yeah, it's got public comments listed.
Okay, I'm sorry. Anyone want to speak? You have 3 minutes. It's what we've been advised legally.
Hit the hammer.
Anyone want to speak on any items, non-agenda items?
My name is Gwen Holden, and I want to know
I think it is.
why these
these ladies that was in jail got to sue and wind up winning, and we're going to have to pay out our nose to taxpayers. Get it? Us citizens that are tax-paying citizens, and we work and we try to do right, we can't get a flipping thing done in our community. Nothing. Nasty, filthy Hamblen County. But people in jail, you violate their rights, look out, you've had it, taxpayers. You have had it.
Any other items, non-agenda? Please state your name and address.
Chan, East First North Street. I want to talk about the property that I mentioned last time, which is the 508 2nd, I think, West North Street, Mr. Anderson's office. I think the county already come out of the deal with Mr. Anderson, even though I'm not able to confirm it 100%. And most importantly is 3 or 4 years in 2021, it was approved for sale for $160,000. And at that time, there is 2 property on the agenda to be passed by the commissioner. Both of them were passed. Mayor, the ex-mayor at that time, emphasizing they have extra money regardless everyone thought it was the COVID. I'm not sure what is the financial situation now, but I do know that the Justice Center, the budgets keep adjusting up and up. I understand that it's 2 different budgets, but to the citizen, it is overall one package. We have to pay for it. At that time, 2021, the real estate market is up and up. Now, 50 states, out of the 50 states, 50% of the real estate property value is going down. If we did not buy it for $160 in 2021, when it was approved and we have a lot of the money making noise in our pocket, should we now pay more than that? Remember one more thing. The county assessment for that piece of property in 2021 is around $100,000. And this year, the new assessment just came out. It's exactly the same amount dollar, a few $100 difference. If we pay 1 penny more than that, I'm going to hold everyone here vote for that, because we did not spend our time and effort to find out why in 2021, when you can buy for $160,000 and you did not go through it. What's going on? And why now we want to pay for more when the real estate market is going down? Do we want to catch the knife, a falling knife? We have no idea whether it is in 2021, whether it was the seller or the buyer dropped the ball. But whoever has the responsible, if you guys vote for it right now, I'm going to make sure that is investigation.
Thank you for your time. Anyone else?
He raises a good question.
Justine Jones, 3436 Old Kentucky Road. Good evening, Commissioners. In the last 10 years, 9 inmate deaths have made it public. 4 overdoses brushed off, 1 suicide, 3 heart attacks, no defibrillator on site, and Rodriguez dying after he told staff he'd swallowed fentanyl. And those, only the ones we actually heard about. I'm sure the real numbers are worse, but the county stays silent. Whispers throughout the community saying autopsies go missing all the time, families get told natural causes with no report, or the file just vanishes. And payoffs absolutely happen. Look at Tyler Little's mom. She got 7 figures last year after the suit. County settles quiet, slaps an MDA on it, and the next body hits the slab before anyone asks questions. Judges like Collins set unaffordable bail without checking ability to pay, packing the jail so tight folks sleep in closets or get shackled. Hold on, let me find my spot. Ooh. Paying the jail so, oh, I already read that, sorry. No more free pass on that, because he's got to answer. Collins settled affordable bail without checking ability to pay. In closets or get shackled. He's got to answer for the deaths of Rodriguez. No more free pass on that. Tonight you're voting on a secret federal payout to bury the lawsuits like Torres without fixing a thing. We're not just overpaying bail. We're now paying hush money on top. Meanwhile, the new jail is going to cost millions while people keep dying for being too poor. So what's the plan? More closets? More chains? More cover-ups? Or do we finally cap bail? Check wallets, check vitals before the next tragedy turns into just another quiet vote on payout money. Instead of fixing bail, you'll end up rubber stamping another settlement when someone else dies. Have a good evening.
Anyone else have any comments?
It's true. We were just in the road commission meeting, and we were told after that meeting that that we have a road superintendent that is elected and doesn't have to respond to anybody for whether he does his work, whether he doesn't do his work, whether he shows up for meetings. And from my understanding, the commissioners voted that he doesn't, am I right in that? That's what we were told, that there is no accountability. And I'm glad you're here, Mr. Mayor. You run this city.
County and the highway superintendent is an elected official. I have no authority over him whatsoever.
Then who does?
The voters. The voters.
So let me ask you this, if he steals money.
Well, ma'am, that's county money that would fall under the state auditor that would come to us at that point.
So I need to contact the state auditor.
If that's how you feel, yes, ma'am.
I just want to know how to fix our flooding problem and to have it fixed not in 10, 15 years from now. You're aware of this. Bobby, you're aware of this. Everybody's aware of this, and nobody's doing anything. It's called willful negligence. Do you want a lawsuit?
Ma'am, that's out of my purview as far as what you're speaking of. That would fall under the highway department.
The highway department is fixing to get disbanded, from my understanding.
No, ma'am.
Well, that's what I was told tonight.
You misunderstood. That is the road commission.
The road commission, excuse me.
Yes, ma'am. The highway department is still intact and will be intact. It's an elected official.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Chairman, can I apologize to that woman for what she's been through? Because it shouldn't took 10 years.
I'm well aware of what's going on. We've met, we've talked, and I've talked to the,
You agree it shouldn't have took this long?
well, it shouldn't, but now that it's in the process of being taken care of, it's not something that's going to happen overnight, but it is coming up.
Do they have a time span, out of curiosity, sir?
I've talked to them twice since the original, and they assure me that it's coming up. But,
No time span.
well, you don't know when you get into a project. They get into a project, they don't know if it's going to take a week. Sometimes they're 2 weeks. It's like bulk waste pickup. You know, we wanted that to be there every 2 weeks or whatever, and you just can't put an exact time frame on it.
Yeah, but as long as they've done the job, they should have a estimate.
Well, you run into issues sometimes. And this issue that we're talking about right here, it's, in my opinion, I'm a novice, I have no idea, but it's going to be a major project. It'll shut a road down, I would say, for a week or so. so. But I've talked to them, to the road department twice, and they're doing the best they can.
It shouldn't have took this long. It just shouldn't have. We need to be more responsive to our citizens than this.
Well, I can agree with that, but I don't work for the road department.
I understand, sir. Evidently, superintendent doesn't either. He doesn't attend meetings like the old one did.
Anyone else have anything?
Motion to adjourn.
Well, we need to cover the agenda items, things we covered tonight, and there was only one thing, and we're not at liberty to say anything. So I take your motion to adjourn, and we stand adjourned.
Mr. Bobby, thank you.
Live tonight.
I was telling him thank you.
You can go both in there, baby. You can go to 21,
You
ain't you?
moving in, I'll get it. Get it off.
I don't know about that.
I'm sorry.
I'm tired of hearing some old crying baby over there. She knows everything. I don't want to push the chair. She knows everything. She's gonna look at everything up, talk about everything. Show her ass. Big ones.
So, final deal, they're not gonna send that back to the court. They're gonna pay that.
That's the way I took it.
Why did Joe Hudson want to send it back to the court for? He is an idiot.
Well, he said.
My God, we could go back and pay $1 million and
I don't
lose
think
it
he heard
again.
I don't think he heard it.
I think
Because
he screwed up.
he was holding the side of his head, and I think he heard